Hi, I'm Josh and welcome to my garden. I'm looking forward to taking you on the journey as I grow all of our vegetables in our suburban backyard here in Melbourne, Australia. So let's get into it. Check out these glorious spring onions. Hundreds, if not 1,000 spring onions. We'll be eating these in a couple of weeks' time. Check it out. It's in a backyard. Pak choy. Pak choy really quick to grow. Have another 3 weeks and we'll have pak choy. But these little fellas. See if I can zoom in on the radishes there. Check it out. Radishes. Those are all grown from seed. Actually, everything I've shown you so far was direct seeded in this bed. I didn't plant anything in this bed from punnet. I was in a bit of a rush. Had to travel for work. So I spent an evening and got my seeds in. They're going to be some great radishes. Got some little beetroot. These guys are taking a little while to come up. You can see them coming out of the ground here. Beetroot will take quite a while to grow. There's nothing quite like beetroot from the backyard. Here's some lettuce. I'm a bit surprised I haven't direct sown lettuce before. And so I oversowed a little bit, but the germination rate on this is amazing. So these are little fellas, but I think once their roots are established, they'll take off quite quickly. I'm gonna have to thin those out. I thinned out a couple of these lettuce up here. There's way too many growing in this spot, and I'll thin out some of these guys as well, which is great because it's basically free lettuce seedlings. I don't have to buy lettuce from the store, although I have to get a bit of a head start, and I'll show you those in a minute. And we've got some snow peas. These snow peas, they're growing all right. I think the sun in this part of the bed is probably a little bit low. So trees kind of stop the winter sun from hitting this part of the bed, but they're still doing all right. And as the sun starts to get a little bit higher in the sky, we'll find these will take off. I'm gonna have to put these on a trellis. These ones grow to about 1.5 meters, so I have to figure out a trellis for those. I'll probably run some twine. We'll keep heading along. It's not a particularly big block of land, this. It's the backyard. Spin you around here. What do we got? I put some beans in this part of the bed and they haven't really come up. I am hopeful. You got this guy. This guy's popped up here, and I reckon if you look quite closely there, I reckon he's going to pop up. So we'll see how we go. I don't want to spend this entire part of the bed because space is very valuable here, so I don't want this part of the bed to go to waste. So I'll probably give it another week and a half, and depending on how we go, we'll plant it out to something else. We can always keep this fella here. So zoom in for a second, give you a bit of a sneak peek there. I mind the birds coming in, they make a bit of a mess, and I've just put down this mulch, but they'll get the bugs at bay. That's the theory anyway. This stuff is looking so healthy. This guy over here, he's quite big. Probably a little bit better because that's grown over winter. late winter, early spring on that guy. But it's still perfectly edible and quite healthy. But these are all freshly planted. These ones are planted from seedlings from a punnet, just to get things going quickly in the garden. Look at the vibrancy. Look at the vibrancy on those. Colours are beautiful. I'll let you know my secret on how I fertilise them at some point, maybe. I've got these spinach, once again, from punnet here, just to get some stuff happening really quick in the garden. Look at that spinach. And this is after I've already picked enough for our dinner tonight. All right. We're getting into some beans here. So let me zoom out a bit for you here. So these are all planted from seed. They took a little while to come up, but these ones I actually planted after those beans the bean I showed you before, which is why I'm not that positive that those other beans are going to pop up, but we'll give them a chance. But these guys are popping up and they're quite healthy. Overall, they're going pretty well. There's one or two that have been nipped off by probably snails, maybe the birds, but certainly as we get in here a bit. And these are bush beans. These aren't going to climb. These bush beans, they're going to absolutely take off. I think climbing beans are good. I like bush beans. It's a bit of fun when you go foraging for the beans. And check these guys out over here. Look at these birds. Hope they don't make too much of a mess. Push all the mulch off the beds. All right, what do we got? See, it just never ends. And this is a second bed. And I've got 4 beds of this size. And they're not all planted yet, but they're going to be planted in the next week or so. These, you see the beans popping up there in the front. Bush beans, so they won't grow very tall, but they've got these lettuce. And look at the colour. There's just nothing quite like this stuff that's grown in the backyard. Put down a bit of mulch and it gets on the lettuce, but that's fine. That'll get off the lettuce in time. I'm not covering the leaves up, so that's perfectly fine. And then we've got more spinach. It's a different variety, this one. One of them's Popeye. I think this is Popeye. Once again, just bought from the local hardware store. And these ones are hard to see, and these are going to be quite slow growing, so take a while to pop up. But if I zoom in, they're all leeks. There's a fair few leeks in the bed, really hard to see, and they're going to take some time. They'll grow for the next couple of months. Literally just put these in the ground, so they're looking a little bit sad. I'll give them a water, and I'm going to give them some mulch tonight. We've got a rocket. This one is a salad rocket. They're going to grow quite big. Got this is a perpetual spinach that seems to stick around. Had that growing in the garden over winter. Don't want to pull it out just yet because there's plenty of usable leaves on there. And just throw that in the spag bowl. Throw that in whatever is cooking up. It's fine. You can have it by itself. It doesn't taste anything too special, but it's a good way to get some extra veg in, and it's free. It's growing in the backyard. I didn't plant that. It's growing in my footpath, but it cost me nothing, and I can put that in dinner. Put it in the scrambled eggs. Got some more lettuce. I'm a little bit impatient, so from punnets. The first bed was all from seed. These 2 beds are from punnets. Just popped these in the ground half hour ago. Get them going. So we've got a lot of spare bed space. This is just your typical suburban backyard. We've got zucchinis. Where are these zucchinis? A little bit slow to take off, but I don't think the weather's quite warm enough yet. This is one punnet's worth. I didn't have time to grow them from seed this year myself, but normally I do. I think they're quite healthy still. Just waiting for the weather to warm up, and I think it is. I've mulched the beds. That will keep the moisture in, keep the heat in. And what do we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zucchinis, 5 blackjack zucchinis. That's going to give way more zucchinis than we can possibly eat. Something I like to do as well, down the side of the bed, because they don't take up any space, is, I don't know how easy you see that. There's some spring onions. So a bonus space right on the edge. It's one of the permaculture principles is value the edge, and I'm gonna get free food here because spring onions take up no room. And my main bed over here, where are we? My main bed over here is done with spring onions, if that's ever possible. There's a lot in there, more than we can eat, and they stay in the ground for ages. I'm gonna have, as I was saying, we're gonna have these bonus spring onions pop up, and they're not that densely planted. I've got one or two in a cluster. I normally go 3 in a cluster. A couple of extra lettuce right there. So it's just stuff, if you've got a spare spot, you just bung it in the ground. So still heaps of work to go. Gotta find the time to do it. Got a whole empty bed. Just finishing working on prepping the bed. Put my tomatoes in there. Haven't figured out where I'm going to put the cucumbers yet. I might put the cucumbers right up the top of this bed here. So everything I've just shown you, just in the backyard there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour. Give us a thumbs up, like the video, and look forward to bringing you more videos of my garden over the summer and ongoing, and we'll see what we can make, see what we can grow for very little cost in the suburban backyard. Catch you next time.